Everyday Superpower, where we talk game, relationships, body language, everything in between. The art of verbal Jiu-Jitsu. Verbal Jiu-Jitsu. Most people don't pay attention to the actions and they are confused about reactions. Let's talk about attraction and dating and so forth. Okay? I had a run on dating apps. I had a good run on dating apps by breaking the ice with the first message being something offensive. There's a fine line you have to walk. You can't come forth in a repulsive manner, but I would make a comment that would be worthy of responding to, for lack of a better term. A backhanded compliment. A joke on their appearance, not to a degree where I would target, the deep depths of her insecurities, but throw a hook out there that needs to be responded to. And they would respond saying, what? Or they'd respond saying, why did you say that? Do you mean that? Or they could respond giving you a little bit of shit in return, which is what we're going to talk about. They could respond in a comical manner, giving you shit, understanding the game you're playing, because you've both matched, and if they're logical in that particular moment in time, if they're rational in that particular moment in time, oh, well, we did match together. I suppose there is, he wouldn't have done that if he was turned off by me. But they can give you shit in return, like take it to heart. Right, I need to offend this guy in return. Most men would consider that a problem. Most men would have their feelings hurt, their ego hurt. Oh, she said this, that. Oh, she made a comment about my hairline. She made a comment about my height. Oh, she made blah, 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 blah. My brother, the thing is, right, most men go on these dating apps and get no response. You have to understand the fact you've got a response. You've got a response. This is why I call this the art of verbal jiu-jitsu. Because now you have engaged in conversation and communication, whereas most men haven't. Yeah? These women go around soaking in the forced and fake positive reception these men just sort of give them. Oh my God, you're so pretty. Oh my God, I love this. Oh my God, blah, blah, blah. How about I do this and how about I do that for you? There's a time and a place for everything, don't you get me wrong. But when a woman is on there just sucking up this white noise of adulation from the crowd of submissive men, when you come forth and strike an arrow into the heart of that individual through this noise by saying something that's less than nice, it's something worth responding to. It's something worth reading. And you know what some women are like in regards to loving drama and loving having a bit of back and forth and stuff. It's going to be tough for her to sit there and look at that message and not want to respond. What does he mean I got a big head? Do you know where I'm coming from? What, have I got a big head? No one's ever told me this before. See that? It's open for interpretation. Is he flirting with me or is he being serious? On a deeper level, if you get to know someone, if you've been with someone for some time, if you create an emotional engagement with her, an emotional reaction to her, let's say you tell her to shut up, and she says, what the fuck? And she gets in her emotions, And then you as the man remain steadfast and you don't involve in this back and forth, and that you've just expressed yourself and told her one thing, and she doesn't talk to you for a day. Let's say you fall out and she stops talking to you for a day. That emotional connection and communication, albeit dramatic and what most men don't want in their lives, because we want peace, really. But I did a video talking about she wants drama, and you're better off bringing the drama and having some, dominion over the drama than she does. Because when she brings drama in, it's going to be a headache for you. You might as well give her what she wants, but you give her what she wants as opposed to her bringing it to both of you. When you give her a headache and say, "Oh, sorry, babe, I've got to get on with work. I'm not. I can't come out tonight. Sorry, I'm gonna have to cancel." And she says, "Oh, what? But we planned this for blah blah blah." And you say, "Don't worry about it, babe. I've got it covered. We're gonna have an even better time next time. I assure you of that. Just give me a little bit of peace and quiet." She might get in her feelings, but the point is, you have created a depth of communication that exists in a space beyond the boring, fragile, generalized communication most men will give her. And you have to understand, most men deem it a issue, right? Oh, she's fallen out of me. Oh, she's in her emotions. Oh, blah, blah. It's because you create that emotional response in her, because she cares for you to such a degree that you have created this response within her. Don't get me wrong, in a perfect world, the response you create in her is one of love and adoration and happiness and joy, and positive surprise and so forth. This is all emotional as well, This is good stuff. That's the perfect world. That's 100% what you want to be doing 100% of the time. But first and foremost, don't be sucked into the emotional whirlpool when one does arise. Don't engage with her in that realm on a consistent basis, like, going back and forth and feeling like you need to be in your emotions now. Oh, she's having a go at me. I need to be angry. I feel angry, so I'm going to react angrily, or blah, 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 blah. Because it's normal for her, being a woman, to be within that space and see the world through this lens, okay? And that's why it's addictive for these women to be engaged with it. You know what I mean? Oh, I don't know why, I love bad boys. Oh, he's such a knob to me. I'm going to continue shagging him, and you'll be my thing on the side that I just treat as my boyfriend, but don't give it to. You know what I mean? Mr. Nice Guy, the friend on the side, who thinks he's going to get something at some point, and he talks to her, and he says, oh, you know what I mean, the shoulder to cry on. But he never gets anything. But the bad guy who's always doing her head in, you know what I mean, gets something. It's because he engages a deep emotional connection with her. She is emotionally tied to him, and she loves it, even though she doesn't state that she does. When you react in that emotional manner, as opposed to just hearing it out for what it is, seeing it for what it is, and continuing on your way and sort of thinking it'll die down, okay, good. I'm glad that, she feels so strongly that her brain is reacting in such a manner. She feels that strongly towards me. When you just sort of take it as it is, take it as a compliment for the most part, and move onwards, she'll appreciate you for not being absorbed in that. If anything, that will enhance and emphasize your masculine frame in relation to her feminine, because the moment you react in an emotional manner in response, she's going to be looking at you like you're one of the women she is presenting as, because you're now both engaged in this emotional turmoil. And we all have emotions, and we've all been wound up by people. I know I have. Sometimes I've got a very short fuse, but the thing is, I don't go too far in that short fuse. The thing is, if a woman was to wind me up and do this and that, and I turn to her and I just say, just calm down, and she takes offense to that, from there, I'm not talking anymore. I'm not continuing to engage in that emotional manner, but that snappy response to tell her when she's going too far, when the boundaries have been pushed. Yeah, she might see that as, a trigger for me, and she may utilize that in the future, but it's how I continue to handle it from there on. When that emotional fuse has been lit, and the bomb has been blown in her brain for her to react in a potentially negative emotional manner, unfortunately, it's gonna tie her to me on a deeper level than if we were to just talk about, the television and what was on the television. It's what pimps do. Why do you think pimps call women horrible names and treat them like rubbish and so on and so forth? It's because it creates an emotional response, and that emotional tie is essentially a necessity for relationships to flourish and have depth. That's some game. On that note, I'm signing out. Peace.